Alright, so starting out with my MAC Studio Fix NW43 is the color, Neutral Warm 43. It does have SPF 15 in it. Before I start out, I'm going to use this Rimmel London Fix and Perfect Pro. It's a primer. Just rub that all in. I'm using this little generic beauty sponge or whatever to put my makeup on. I'm not going to put a lot under my eyes since, again, I'm showing you guys a contouring video. You want to bring it a little past the jaw so it doesn't look like you have on a mask. Down on the neck a little bit. My cheek. Okay. I have my foundation. I have several different concealers that are possibilities for one to use. I have this one. It's called Pure Mineral Concealer. It's by a brand called Ruby Kisses. I got this from a beauty supply store. Not like a Sally's, but more like a beauty supply store where you would buy extensions in here. And then I have this Hard Candy Glamoflauge. You're going to pat it out and you're going to bring it down. You put it under your eye. I'm using a concealer brush that I got from Walgreens. And kind of bring it down in like a triangle. Okay, and bring it out also. Just use a little bit. And now this one I'm going to put on there to darken that up a bit, because as you can see it's very, very light. You don't and with this little blender I'm going to buff that out. Remember to blend, 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 blend. I cannot stress that enough. Powder, it's a white powder to set this highlight, okay? You just want to pat it on there, everywhere that you put the highlight. See that? For the rest of my face, I'm just going to do the regular colored highlight. This goes down your nose, and you want this to be kind of straight. I'm going to draw some lines out. This is to highlight your forehead and right above your eyebrows. You can see this. It's like a little palm tree on your face. And for my normal highlighted eye, my everyday highlight, if you're a person that highlights your face every day, I do not contour my face, hardly ever. You see that? It's about 2 shades lighter than me. Get that in there. And then you want to buff this in also. Okay, this over here should be set. I'm going to go ahead and dust that powder off. You see it's very white looking over there. Okay, setting this side of my face with it. I'm going to be using CoverGirl True Blend Minerals to set. It's a loose mineral powder to set this over here. I use this, but it's this is my more natural looking highlight I'm setting. Powder is everywhere. Okay, now that you have that set, you want to put your regular powder on your base or your foundation. So I'm using a pressed powder by a company called Kiss, supply store. And I like this pressed powder. Again, it's an inexpensive pressed powder to set my foundation, and it works for me. The color is Caramel. Pp.2 is the number. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Kabuki face brush. This brush. Just swirl it around in there, and I'm going to pat. I'm going to pat this. And you want to put it everywhere. Oh, I almost forgot. You want to set this also, because you did put highlight here. So you're going to make sure you set that. Now, I'm going to be, you want to put this everywhere that you don't have your highlight. Okay? On the side of my nose, because there's no highlight there. Alright, and you can still see the difference in the natural looking highlight and the bright eyes. Bright eyes. Next, our next stop is the contour. This is when you use a darker brown shade to chisel your face. What I'm going to be using to chisel my face is an e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer, and it's in I don't know the color, sorry. This is what it looks like though. I'm going to be using this dark brown to carve out my cheeks. I'm going to use this little skinny brush. It's very skinny. I'm going to rub it in there. And what I'm going to do is soak in my face a little bit. And I'm going to come right under the cheekbone. With this contour. From my hairline. Same over here. This is a powder. Some people use liquid or cream, and Again, I'm not big on this technique for your face. But if I was to do it more often, I would still probably use a powder. I like how the powder looks. Softer finish. Okay. And then also here along the jaw. Very lightly along the jaw. People do the temples right here, so I'm just gonna, again, I'm just showing you this so you can see I am not on this look. This is not my thing. Okay, now to contour the side of the nose. This is to make your nose look slimmer. So if you have a problem, if you feel like your nose is a problem area, for my nose, I'm getting a smaller brush so that I can do the tip. Because if you highlight crooked, then your nose looks crooked. So you don't want to highlight crooked. So this is just an eyeshadow brush. I'm coming in and I am slimming down the bowl of my nose, and I'm going to go around this nostril on the outside of it and this nostril also, and it will make my nose appear much smaller than what it is. And you want to bring this dark contour from the eyebrow and then down. See, my face is already changing. And I have a wide bridge, so if I was to be a everyday contour, I would shade the bridge of my nose like this on the sides, because you want it to look slim. It's the point of all this. The point of this is to change what your face looks like. Okay. Now that that's there, you want to buff it. But you want to be careful how you buff it, because you don't want to mix everything. You don't want to get too much. You don't want to mix the brown with your highlight of your eyes or anything like that. I'm buffing it in. I'm using my kabuki brush again. Step would be to use a highlighter on this part. The mineral powder that I use to set this has a shimmer to it, so I don't need to highlight this. I don't need to highlight it at all. It's shimmery, very shimmery. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to use a highlighter. It's a Kiss highlighter, Envy Me, a highlighter trio. Again, this is the highlighter right here, this white one. And you want to highlight the tops of your cheekbones. This is the harsher side. This is not the harsh side. Remember that, okay? Now for my blush, I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush, this e.l.f. blush for this side, because we're doing a weaker, a softer makeup, a softer contour over here. I want to smile and get it on the apples. And then on this side, since we're doing the harder contour, I'll use the NYX Mocha blush. This is the one I use all the time, but I always buff it out because I don't like the hard red. Gonna buff it a little bit, and over here just a little bit slightly. All right. Now, you see that I am highlighted and contoured. My nose is slimmer. My face looks chiseled. So, yeah, this is my face. This is the softer side, the more natural looking side. And this is the harder side. Now, the most important thing of a look, eyebrows.